A very revealing look at the great need of precious children and families living under such difficult conditions. Well, Meagan is here to share more about her time in the Philippines as she joins us now, live from our CTS studio in Edmonton. Meagan, good to have you with us.
Oh, thanks, Ron.
Meagan,
and Ann.
Meagan, that was a great job on this project. I mean, you must have learned so much through these couple of years. What was the biggest lesson God taught you from your experiences this summer?
Oh, he taught me so many. I mean, I actually never, when I made that documentary, I never would have thought that I would do this and that I would go back. And I mean, it was on the back of my mind, but I didn't actually think it would happen. So it's been a real blessing, and I just feel honored that God thinks that I can help these kids. And so the biggest lesson he taught me was patience and understanding, not just with what happened with Mary Grace, but taking that time to just sit down and speak with the families and speak with people like Jenna Bell and get to know them and hear what they've been through. It means so much to them. And I think it's so important that we take our time and journey with them. And we made a big impact with the scholars, but I think the important thing too is just those relationships. And I definitely realized in that time that I lean on God the most when I'm there.
Yeah.
Well, as we saw in part one yesterday, Meagan, Mary Grace is no longer in school, and that must have been pretty hard on both of you. Can you give us an update on her now?
Yeah, that was probably the most difficult part, just because that girl has changed me so much that to hear that she wasn't in school was kind of difficult for me to understand at first. But I did spend a lot of time with her, just getting to know her more and being there as a friend. In a way, her crying when I showed her the documentary gave me a lot of hope. It showed me that she really does want to go to school. It just is a delicate situation. She has been through more than a lot of us can probably understand. And she's asked for privacy at this time, and I completely understand it. And we're working with her family to try and get her back into school. But as I said, I think patience is really important. And in an odd way, it's kind of inspired me to start a new program, a field trip program, because for many of these children, like Mary Grace, they cannot picture a life outside of the garbage dump. They don't know anything else. And so I want to broaden their horizons and give them a chance to go to a library, to go to a restaurant and see what it's like to be a chef, to broaden those horizons, go out like many children here in Canada do, and just inspire them that they can achieve their dreams, that go to school and they set their mind to it, they can do amazing things.
You know, in your report, both yesterday and today, we heard a lot about education. So how much does it cost to send a child to school?
It does not take very much to send a child to school and change their life. It's just $70 for elementary school for an entire year and $115 for high school, which in Canadian terms, I'm guilty of spending that, and it does so much. It covers the cost of their supplies, it covers the cost of their uniform, their shoes, a backpack, project costs, which the parents often struggle to pay for when a child has an assignment due. For the high school students, it also covers graduation costs. So that small amount of money has an incredible impact.
Now, you started the Gift of Grace Foundation because your heart was just expanded so greatly when your first trip over there for the documentary. What has happened with the Gift of Grace Foundation since you got back this summer?
Oh, I've been so overwhelmed by all the support. I get emails from people and also from the Filipino community here in Edmonton, and I'm happy to say that our scholarship program for next year is already set up for the Umapag garbage dump thanks to a very generous $15,000 donation from the Flaman Fitness Foundation. And what this means is we can now look at also expanding to another garbage dump in Cebu. So I'm very excited that things are growing, and I've been so inspired by the youth that have reached out. There's a book drive going on here at a local school, which I think is really special because these are students as well. And one of our viewers actually of 100 Huntley Street, a 16-year-old girl had her birthday party and asked her friends to bring donations and ended up sending 17 children to school. So it has been overwhelming, and I'm so overjoyed to be able to support these kids and see Canadians getting involved too.
So talk about inspiring. That is inspiring. So for people watching right now, how can they help?
Well, you can visit our website, thegiftofgrace.com. I'm going to be updating with new photos from my visit as well. And I really want to see this grow. Like I mentioned, I want to do the field trip program. I saw so much need, even more than my first visit when I was there this time. And so I want to do field trip program, feeding program. We did visits to the local schools. So you can go online and read more about that and donate as well. And I'm really seeking out a lot of prayer right now for those kids who, not just our scholars who are going to school now, but also all of the other kids on the garbage dump as well, and those families to put that value on education and to keep them safe. And yeah, just prayers for the Gift of Grace Foundation. And of course, Mary Grace as she goes through this time as well.
For sharing.
thegiftofgrace.com. And so that's easy to remember. Meagan, thank you so much for giving us this report. It's very encouraging and inspiring, I know, for many watching. And we're so proud of you as one of our team members, or one of our reporters, for what you're doing. So God bless you.
Way to go, Meagan.
Oh, thanks.